Hello everyone, in this video I'll list my favorite movies for audio in my home theater. They are in no particular order, just showing some movies that I own, that I've seen in my home theater, that I feel are among the best of the best for audio. I have not taken into account how good or bad the movie itself is. This is only about audio. Also, this is just my opinion based on my personal taste and preferences, and of course, I haven't seen every movie ever made. If your favorites aren't included, it's not an indictment on you or the movie. These are just my favorites, some movies that I want to share with you all. So if you don't agree with my list, that's absolutely fine. No one is right or wrong. First up is Moonfall. Not my favorite movie. But again, that's not what this list is about. Just looking at audio, the audio in this movie is among the very best of the very best. It is reference quality. Rear, sides, and overheads are regularly active, lots of volume. There is a very full soundscape. Almost every scene has some atmosphere, something happening in the background to fill that space. Really deep extension into those lower frequencies, plenty of bass that can be felt in the body and shake the room. 65, big time bass in this movie. Good regular audio from the surrounds. I really like the activity from the overheads. This is a dynamic mix. Lots of stuff happening all around. Great sound separation. This isn't exactly a spoiler, but there is a crash scene, and in the aftermath, I could hear popping from the damaged electronics. Alarms were going off all over. I could hear things falling apart from all the structural damage in the background. A lot going on, and it was audible and well separated through the speakers. There are also big, aggressive sounds in many scenes, but nothing that I thought was too much. This is a very good audio mix. Blade Runner 2049. This movie has a very balanced audio mix. It has everything and delivers in just about every way. Quieter scenes have plenty of subtle but pronounced atmospherics. Scenes with more action have lots of volume and impact. Plenty coming from the overhead speakers, plenty from all my floor level speakers. LFE is powerful. One of the best audio mixes I've heard. Pacific Rim. I have to include Pacific Rim on this list. It is one of my favorite movies, and for me delivers across the board for everything. It really is just my kind of movie, and the audio in this movie is very good. What stands out most is all the volume that's there. Tons and tons of LFE, all the activity through my speakers. There is a lot going on throughout this movie, throughout the different scenes. So there are all kinds of sounds, a lot of variety, and a lot of audio coming from all over the place. A really lively and rich audio mix. The Shallows. I'm a big fan of this movie. The audio really delivers. There's a surprising amount of very good LFE in this movie. The sides and rears are active throughout. Almost all of this movie takes place in a cove, so I got all the sounds one might expect from this setting. Birds, wind, water, crashing waves. There's no empty space. The audio is nice and full. There isn't a ton of variety in the audio because, again, almost all of the movie takes place in this one setting, but it's completely immersive. There's a powerful score. I recommend giving this a try. The video is just as impressive, and the movie itself is a good ride. Godzilla vs. Kong. The movies in the Godzilla Kong franchise all deliver on the deep, powerful bass. Godzilla vs. Kong stands out among the bunch. The overall audio presentation is excellent. The LFE in particular packs a powerful punch, big time rumble, big sound overall. Not my favorite from the franchise, but the audio is reference quality. Monster Hunter. There are big sounds in this movie, a lot of volume on tap, but the vocals still come through very well. There's a lot going on in the audio up front while still delivering in the surrounds, and the LFE is just all kinds of good, powerful and deep. Between that beefy, heavy score and the action on the screen, any subwoofer will get a big time workout. Blade. This movie is an outstanding home theater watch. Both audio and video are excellent, but I'll focus on audio in this review. It is reference quality, on par with the very best of the very best. Surrounds are regularly active and pronounced, not always especially dynamic, but very active. The LFE is nice and punchy with good rumble. The nightclub scene at the very beginning is a standout. Every shot and impact sound is aggressive and bassy. Score is loud and full. There's a scene where Blade throws his throwing star boomerang type weapon around the room. I could hear it circle around the room from speaker to speaker. Such a great effect. This is a must-have movie for the home theater. Aquaman. I can't deny that the audio is top notch in this movie. Didn't have to push the volume. There is a ton to spare. Audio filled the room, active surrounds, and really good LFE. Audio is up there with the best I have heard in my home theater. Ready Player One. This movie has some of the best audio I've heard, among the very best. The race scene is well recognized and well regarded, but there is fantastic audio throughout. The dance club scene with the music and everything happening around the scene. The final battle where, like the race scene, so much is happening all over all the time. There is this layering of sound which is done masterfully. There may be a faint impact sound in the far background in the rears, while there's a slightly larger crash in one of the sides, while something larger whizzes through the overheads, while some impact sound comes directly up front. All of it is shaped and defined extremely well. This is a must-have 4K Blu-ray, even if it's just to have for demo purposes. Edge of Tomorrow. The battle scenes in this movie, particularly the first battle, reminds me of the race scene from Ready Player One. So much going on everywhere. There are levels to this incredible soundscape. It's just pure chaos. It's an all-out auditory assault in all the right ways. All of the indoor scenes on the military base, the atmosphere is so well done. You can hear all the echoes, the airiness, and the background sounds. It's separated through the speakers and very distinct. This movie gets a lot of well-deserved recognition for that epic, insane opening scene where the LFE dives into those ultra low frequencies, but the audio overall in this movie is among the very best throughout. Crawl. This movie has a DTS HD 7.1 English audio track and it is all kinds of good. The movie takes place during a raging storm, so as the movie plays out, there are constant sounds of the storm everywhere through every speaker pretty much all the time. A good portion of the movie takes place in a crawl space where little sounds are happening all over. Impressive separation. Sounds are very distinct and pronounced. The surround speakers are constantly active. All those subtle little sounds set the mood and creates a great sense of immersion. A Quiet Place. This movie is all about atmosphere. The sides, rears, and overheads are very active in this movie, and that's very important because there isn't a lot of dialogue, so there has to be something to fill that space, and it's filled masterfully with atmosphere. All those background sounds are quite prominent. It's a very good example of less is more and excellent use of overhead effects. Top Gun Maverick. The action and aerial scenes are where this movie really excels, and it's absolutely demo-worthy, reference-level stuff. Didn't have to push the volume to fill the room. Plenty from the surrounds and overhead, and it did what it was supposed to do, which was put me in the action. Can't say enough great things about this as a home theater movie. One of the absolute best. It's a must-have movie. And that's my list. What are some of your favorites? List those in the comments section below.